It's like... I'm sitting in the centre of Notting Hill Arts Club, and I'm here because on that very stage when I was 17, I did my first ever gig with my guitarist Ben, and there was about 30 people here. And I was so scared, and I just suppose I have an attachment to it because of that reason. I remember wearing an Adidas tracksuit hoodie, my hair slicked with bright blue eyeliner, oh my gosh, jeans and a t-shirt and like these bright green and gold trainers, and it wasn't that long ago. If you guys could only see the amount of raving that I've done in this very area, we're gonna party hard. We're gonna party hard. I've literally raved from 8 o'clock in the evening to 3 AM the next day in this very spot. It was a place that I came for pleasure and for personal fun, as well as being able to do shows. So it was always rammed as well, and it always still is now, I'm sure. You know, I'm definitely someone that's not afraid to connect with the audience, and in a gig like this, there's no hiding away behind staging and lights and dancers and cameras and stuff. It's very much like they're there, in your face. I love doing shows like this. They're always the most fun because the audience gets so involved, and it's always so rammed and hot. I think as a performer, you learn to love every size venue because you're getting a chance to perform. I don't think there's many artists that would say they prefer each or the other. I just think it's a matter of being very humbled that you're even getting the chance to perform in front of anyone that wants to listen. I think it's the most important thing when you write music is to be able to deliver it live. It's like being an amazing shoe designer but not actually being able to make shoes for people to walk in. You know, when you write music, I think you should be able to take it onto a stage and make it a show for people to watch. And I think it's probably the most important part of what I do. To play London, the audience is always just so up for it, and it's hometown, you know, everyone loves to play their hometown, but I've never ever played at the Roundhouse before. It's such a beautiful venue, and it's not often I get to play in like an hour and 15 minutes either set. Usually it's kind of like, you know, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, and everywhere else in the world is often longer because they don't know me so well, so it's nice to really give a big show to the London crowd. I'm here with my stylist, Kobe, and basically what's really important is that myself and my stylist communicate and discuss what shows we have coming up. So for the Roundhouse gig, we have 3 looks. First look is...
red carpet.
Which is probably going to be...
one of these.
One of these. Well, on stage, I would never wear something like this. Never say never. Justin Bieber taught me that. This is something that I'd probably start on stage with, like have it on, like come on and be a bit like, yeah, what up, nice to meet you. We have the famous price tag trousers. Don't know if you guys remember these. Look how bright it is. It's like the brightest wardrobe you could ever have. So I always get confused when I see in magazines, they'll do like a page of like how to get the Jessie J look, and it's like gothic clothes and like black boots and leggings, and like I'd like to think I'm quite fun with my fashion. So this is kind of showing you guys that I'm not as dark and goth as people think. This is the clock jacket from the Nobody's Perfect video. I actually wore this on So You Think You Can Dance after I'd done the Nobody's Perfect video, and that was when I first ever met will.i.am. And I remember I went up to him and I was like, have you got the time? I think people can underestimate how often we have to do this, because it's very rare that I have a day where I have to wear one thing that doesn't change, you know, and there's constant events, there's constant performances, and you have to basically prepare beforehand. It's a lot, and it's a lot of work, but I love it, and it's important, and it's exciting. Like this jacket, oh, I love this jacket. This is one of my favourite catsuits because this was for the Domino video. What I loved about this was that the director then projected this exact print behind me. And if you've seen the Domino video, I just thought that was so clever, and it really made the, you know, the fashion and the visuals all be one thing, and that's definitely the fun thing about wearing clothes like this. This is Jessie J, like this is the showy stuff, but ever since I was young, I've always liked to do things that push boundaries with fashion, and I've never been afraid to try something new. You know, you should never ever become one thing that doesn't change. That's boring. My music won't ever stay the same, so why should my fashion? Basically, you'll see me at the gig at Roundhouse, don't miss it, to find out what I wore. There's no more honest place that you'll find other than London. I'm a London girl, you know, born and bred, and I think it's important to always represent, you know, the country and the place that you're from. So yeah, London is always going to be where my heart is. Here we are. How does a label work? I don't know really, which is probably good because I sing and write songs, and that's like how I like it. Today is basically me taking my fans, inviting them into the world of many important things that are in my life, and right now I'm in the boardroom at my record label, Island Records, and this is where I put the pen to the paper. I remember the first time I came here, they were playing Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus's video on the television downstairs, and I shouted out, I wrote that song! And everyone looked at me like, all right, there we go. Another crazy one to add to the team. For me, as an artist, it was putting a pen to a piece of paper and going, what do I want to sing about? My only way that I could let myself free and let myself have an understanding of what was going on in here and in here was music. And so I think that's where the songwriter thing was always the core of everything, because without the songs, I had nothing to say. One thing I've always said is never expect, never presume, and always work hard. But in the meantime, always be true to who you are. And I've never ever believed in anything other than working hard for any kind of success that anyone had. We are here at bowling to have fun with balls. I'm here with my friends. This is our little hangout place where we come. It's nice and private, and we can have a drink and bowl and hang out and actually see each other, you know. This is Jenny, aka Jenny Nails, who does my nails. Ta-da! This is Ange. Hello. Ange is one of my hair assistants with fabulous green hair. This is Olivia, one of my good friends that I grew up with. Thank you. This is Hannah. She plays keys. This is Holly. Hello. She's one of my best friends. We grew up together. She's my drummer. Oh, isn't he cute? And that's Phil, who's my bass player. I'm all right. I'm not terrible. Every now and again, I might get a cheeky strike. And that's how we roll. Usually, if I have a day off, I have a whole heap of stuff to do in my personal life. You know, which like go and have physio or go to the gym. You know, those things that are normal that you have to do. But I like to see my family and my friends. And I cook, and we watch DVDs, go to cinema, I like to go to bowling. I'm pretty normal and just like the normal fun stuff that everyone else does, yeah. I think my friends are very aware that it's not as easy for us to do public things now, and isn't as easy as it once was, so it's nice to have time with my friends, you know, without being Jessie J. We're all quite outgoing and try and be the funniest, and you can hear how loud everyone's trying to be, but they're great, and they're definitely like my group of friends for life. Like, they've been there for me throughout everything, and a lot of people found it hard when I became successful, and you know, it's a shame because I can't prevent it, I can't change it, it's just something that happened naturally, so these guys are the ones that stuck by me.